Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today I'm going to try to build one of my favorite machines here. That is the sour gas boiler. Now, we've developed this thing here in the debug mode and actually during a live stream as well. However, I've never really built it in-game, and it looks like it's going to be quite the challenge. So, we'll see how far I make it today. There's a good chance I won't make it to the end of this because it's quite the build. Well, I can guarantee I won't make it to the end of in this video, but we shall see. It's going to be more of a test of my patience rather than a test of technical ability. At this point, the technical problems have been figured out. I mean, I know how to build the thing. It's mostly going to just be a test of time and patience. So, how this works, even though you can't really see it, I did a whole video on the thing. But essentially, we have crude oil that comes out of the oil reservoir up here. That actually gets preheated a little bit into this chamber, and then it goes up here and flashes into petroleum and then into sour gas. And then that flows down here and gets super cooled down into methane, warms up into natural gas. We then recover some of the energy of that over there and then burn it off in natural gas generators. So we generate a self-powering unit that also produces a little bit of extra water or crude oil, depending on whatever things you want it to set up to do. So it's a very useful system if you can build it, and there's more than one ways of building it. I just kind of build it in this machine-like style right here, but some people use kind of long, snaky loops to kind of preheat and pre-cool. As an old professor would say, there's many ways to skin a cat, but the main idea is that we are attempting to go from crude oil all the way up to sour gas, and then from sour gas back down to like incredibly cold temperatures, and then back up to natural gas. So there's a lot of steps involved, but we'll see if we can build it here. Now, the game should be releasing today. This is July 30th. I don't know at what point today it's actually going to release, so I don't really know when this video is going to be out, and what all is going to be involved with the actual release of the game. I'm definitely looking forward to the idea of starting a new map at some point here to kind of explore the game from a different angle and try out some of the new biomes. So we'll see where I end up here. If this looks like it's just going to take too long, then I'll probably just focus on the final objective here and launch my dupes far off into space, and we'll probably call this base done at this point. There are some other things that could be built up there, such as generating power, generating fuel with the rockets. But at this point, I'm really just kind of coming up with things to do, just because you need stuff to do. It isn't necessarily that I'm achieving some other objective that actually needs to be completed in order to beat the game. I really am just kind of delaying the end at this point. Okay, so here's a crazy little problem. Inside of here, these smart batteries, look at them. They're at 151 degrees Celsius, but that's because the gas around them is a vacuum. So if you take a look at the temperatures inside of here, we have like minus 200 degrees Celsius here and then 150 up top. So these batteries will actually destroy themselves if I don't do something. So I think I need a little bit of hydrogen to go inside of here. Okay, so a lot of these tiles here were built using insulation just because it was debug mode, and I just wanted to make quick work of some things. But I'm not going to be able to do that this time because it would take an incredibly long time to build up that amount of insulation. So I will swap a fair amount of this for ceramic. And I've been building up ceramic for a good amount of time now, so I already have it. There we go. Same thing with these temperature shift plates. We had tried them with thermium to see if that would make a difference in the design, and it really didn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and use diamond. I think that's what we were using last time, and it worked just fine. And there we go. All right, so the same thing goes for these liquid pipes. I have to rework those. Bleh, 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 bleh. So in this case, the blueprint tool is probably, I mean, it's kind of given me an idea of all the things I need to keep in mind, which I kind of already know because, well, I designed the thing now, didn't I? But let's see here. Let's just try to do the best I can here, given the materials I have. There we go. To do this and do it effectively, what I'll have to do here is use several layers of insulated tiles and then hide different pipes inside of insulated tiles to kind of help not increase the temperature of certain liquids and whatnot too much. That way I can keep the efficiency of the whole system up. At least that's my plan. We'll see how it actually works. Okay, there's insulated ceramics down here around the bottom. I'll also need to put a pump inside of here just to pull it into a vacuum. Certain things like that just need to be built. I could probably do that right down here at the bottom and that would be just fine. If anything, it might help everything work. Or I could potentially just get it cold enough and then it would liquefy and I could just pump it out that way. Oh, the frame rate! I tell you what, I am so ready to have a better frame rate. Oh, playing this game at less than 10 frames per second has been the ultimate test of patience. And I'm starting to lose the battle. Pokey shell, pipsqueak, not pipsqueak, yes. I want you to wrangle this little, what? It got big. Pokey shell, alright, let's wrangle the pokey shell. Bring it over here and it can eat the poop. Pokey shell, there you go. Wrangle it up. Somebody, just kind of standing there over a random bit of oil. Not sure how that got there. Alright, so I'm going to need some more thermium, so let's go over here and just try to manufacture a fair bit more of that. I worked on the power transformers a little bit more over here. Kind of came up with a decent little pattern to make several different plugs that come out here. So if you have 3 of these stacked up, 1, 2 through the middle, and the third one is on top, so you can just line them all up like that. I don't know. It was a thing. We'll see how it does. Ah, what all is there? What is this pipe made of? Iron. Okay, good. I knew it did some things practical. Okay, so what is this pipe coming from? I know that these two here, doot, that's going to be the natural gas out. Not sure what this is. I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, so this is natural gas. I'm guessing it's going to be relatively toasty in there, so let's go ahead and throw the niobium down. There we go. Let's deconstruct those. Alright, so do I have enough for the most critical piece? Right up here. No, I don't. Okay, where's all my thermium? Where is that? Metal overlay. Thermium power wires. There's a good use of high temperature materials. Nope. There you go, Supermate. Save the batteries. Oh. We thought you'd be using a steam turbine to condense oxygen. Well, it's actually really effective, believe it or not. Who needs all of this? Oh, what? It sounded like a gassy moo just exploded up here. I better sweep that up. It's going to be delicious. Ah! Insulated pipes. Crap. Well, I guess those are going to stay. Deconstruct these liquid. There are some spots where I would like a little bit of insulation, like right here. I think that's a good spot, but down here I just don't need it. So I'm trying to rebuild and so that I don't use up a lot of my insulation in spots where I don't need it. Like right up here is a good spot for insulation because this is just going to be really, really high temperature. So that's a good spot for it. Okay, so I was going to fire up these rockets in this episode, but unfortunately it requires me to do some more work with the power, so I just don't have the time to shuffle through all of that right now. So what I'm going to do is just kind of reconfigure the rockets over here on the right and send these to a nearby location to do what I need them to do. So they just need to be bringing back isoresin, niobium as well. So really they only have to go to here and here. So one rocket is just going to go to 10,000. It'll carry 2 cargo bays to 10,000 and back. So that won't be much of a trip. You can see that's only 411 kilograms. Woo! Getting a little laggy here, game. Come on. There you go. And then the other rocket will be going 20,000 with 3,776. So that one's already ready to go. All right, there we go. Fueled up and ready to roll. Running The fuel pipes at 10 kilograms each. Destination beyond reach. Why? It's because that needs to be 411. I should make this 420. Oh, maybe not. Whatever. Alright, there we go. The second rocket is away. Okay, well, I got this thing up and running last time, so I don't think I need that anymore. We can just get rid of it. So, when this thing erupts, it just makes its own power. There's really not a lot of power being produced by this thing, so I don't think it's really worth even piping it out. The best thing I get out of it is the refined iron, so that's nice. Somehow, there's still something to pump up here, which is surprising. The most minuscule amount of gas possible. We can see that we are into steam, so that's cool. There we go. Surprising that it isn't running. It should be. There's polluted oxygen up there. Okay, well, in that case, luckily I have the right tool for the job. Maybe. Alright. We'll go empty that out. Pain in the butt. Ooh, big block of thermium. Alright, what all is queued up as thermium here? I'm having a hard time building what I need to build because everything's saying that it needs to be thermium. I get that these tiles are thermium, and that's probably where all of it's going. So, let's see here. Do I have more that I can build up here? Yes, I do. That flows out of... Okay, so what's going to flow out of here, I think is going to be liquid methane. So, what should I build down there? I could probably just do steel. I will want it to be a little bit temperature resistant, just in case I overheat this a little bit. I don't know. Trying to balance like practicality and actually being able to build the thing, you know? So I'll do that. Ceramic pipes, steel. These are thermium tiles down here, so those are fancy, but I'm okay with doing those. I'll need to put a pump in here somewhere so I can actually pull this into a vacuum. Or I suppose I could actually just I could chill this thing down and just pump the liquid out. That's another option. Trying to figure out how all to build this. This is not... What do we got here? What am I missing? Oops, sounds like the new update is out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the frame rate now as compared to just a moment from now after the update. So we're at 13 frames right here. Okay, there we have it. Downloading the official release of Oxygen Not Included. Hey, look at that. It says launched. Congrats. You know what that means? We have another patch note. Dun dun dun. All right, what do we have inside of here? Oh, man. Okay, so it's all the same sort of things, but what has actually changed? Holy moly. Oh, man. That's a lot. I don't know. I'll have to read through all of that. Biggest question here is what we're at, like 13.8. Oh, 17 frames. Okay, well, never mind. Technically, 16 frames, if I want to call that. You might be able to look at that as double. All right, well, unless I get a supercomputer, I think this is as many frames as you're ever going to see in this base. In all honesty, though, I think I might... it does have moments, like if I pause it, oh, it picks up. But I have a lot of different gases and stuff mixing here. I do wonder what this would be like if I had a computer that was faster. Oh my gosh. Oh no, what's going on? Oh! Wait a minute. How'd the space pip get back up here? What? Yeah, see, when you pause the game, yeah, okay, nice and smooth. All right, whatever. All right, so how am I doing over here? Gosh, there's still a lot of things I need to plug in and connect. Okay, so there was just a recent update to the blueprint mod, I think, so I should be able to see a preview if I click on this button. I do! Nice. Good work, guys. Don't explode, game. Just keep running. You need to empty the cargo bay. All right, emptied. Emptied. There you go. Oh, what happened here? Oh, man. I guess that's my fault. Oh, maybe it isn't. Okay. Okay. Well, whatever that is that fell out of there is going to be nice and crispy now. There we go. Now I can build the thermium aquatuner thing. Let's see here. Does that go that way or that way? I really don't know. I think it goes this way. Alright, so if I am super cool, lint, I would flow down this way. So that would be nice and cold. And that coldness is either coming out of the tank or it's coming out of this unit. Okay. So what I want the pipes to do, I'll just get rid of them rather than trying to fill in whatever blanks I can't see. Essentially, I want the liquid here. Okay, so what I want it to do is if the liquid is cool enough already, it will just go right past the aquatuner. So the aquatuner will be disabled. However, if it needs cooling, it will run through the aquatuner. Okay, so the line of the supercoolant is going to run like this. Essentially, we're going to go... I lined it up wrong. Okay, so my supercoolant is going to run back up here, just like this. And the supercoolant from the aquatuner and everything is going to run down right here. So this is where all the cooling is going to happen. So this is in and this is return. The one thing I want is I want my return line to run through a device that's going to allow me to heat it back up in case it happens to be super, super cold. That way I have a thermal limit on just how cold the liquid can get, because this system here, if it gets too cold, it will actually lock up. And then you have to introduce like gases and whatnot for it to cool down, which isn't really the best way to go about it. So one of the utilities I use, which I don't really ever use anywhere else, is a liquid tapidizer. This doesn't require any fancy material. We could just put it right inside of here, since it's pretty much going to run at just about absolute zero. I think if anything, I'll add a little bit more right there. I've decided to do double walls for the insulation, and then I'll put the liquid tapidizer right there, and then I will use a temperature sensor right down here. So a little bit of supercoolant will be dripped into this area. That's probably going to be one of the highest uses of supercoolant anywhere, at least in this design. I'll run the coolant over this way, and then I'll run it right back through here. I could just make this out of steel. It'll be fine. Super, mate. Now you've done it. Get yourself stuck. Okay, so up here I'm going to have a steam turbine, and that way when this thing begins to put out a little bit too much heat, that steam turbine will absorb some of that energy, convert it back into electricity, allowing this whole unit to be more efficient. And that'll also get rid of the extra heat. Okay, so I've made some decent progress here on this sour gas boiler, but there's still a little bit of work to go. Unfortunately, there's a lot going on here today, so I wasn't able to get as far as I was hoping. But let me know what you guys think about this series and whether or not you want me to start a new series down there in the comment section below. I'll tell you what, let's do kind of a vote thing. If you want to see a new series, go ahead and comment new down in the comment section below. Or if you want me to finish this one up, go ahead and say finish. Based on my expectations, I could probably finish this thing up around Friday or so. And then we can kind of move into a new series in the next week. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this series thus far. And as always, stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.